Previously on Northwest Fishing Fanatics.
I am heading down to my river property to meet someone tomorrow morning, a buddy of mine, a fishing buddy, who's going to limb some big maple trees for me. I know you guys like to see, like me, I like to watch videos where people are catching fish. And the last few videos that I've posted, I haven't caught any fish. These steelhead videos. Steelhead have been really giving me a rough time this year. But I wanted to tell you about a friend of mine. He's been gone for about 10 years now. His name is Dick Ford. He was a fantastic person. He was a real estate broker, an Orting City Council member, one of my best friends. He was a member of the Kiwanis Club. He was a member of a motorcycle club. He helped people recover from alcoholism, you know, through AA as a sponsor. Retired military. Fantastic person. I miss him dearly, as much as I miss my dad, just about. My dad's been gone for about 3 years. But there was a time we went fishing down. There was this one trip we went on, and we were down on the Cowlitz River, just above the Tootle and then Frogwater area. And you guys who know the Cowlitz know this area. It's wide, deep, slow-running water where a lot of boats go down there and they troll. We were down there after a long day of fishing, and everybody was gone. We were the only boat on the river, and the sun was setting over the trees, and it was just the most magnificent sight you'll ever see. Bright orange ball glowing over the river, and all of a sudden the fish just went crazy. And as far as the eye could see, and I'm not kidding you here, as far as I could see, there wasn't a square foot, you know, where there wasn't a fish jumping. There were just thousands of fish on the surface, just boiling all over the entire river. And so I'm up at the front of the boat, you know, thinking, there's no way you can cast out there and not at least foul hook a fish. Well, after about 10 minutes, I'm up there just frantically just casting, and I turn around and I see Dick Ford sitting back there in the back of the boat, just with this big old grin on his face, just laughing at me. And I asked him, I said, what are you doing? He says, you know, Gene, sometimes you just have to kick back and enjoy life. Well, that was about 3 months before he passed away. And his last wishes were, he's always wanted to, you know, to ride around the country on his bike. And so that's what he did. As weak as he was and as frail as he was, he got on his bike and he started riding around the country. He didn't make it very far. His wife had to go pick him up because he couldn't ride any longer. And she rented a van with windows in it, put a mattress in the back, and tried to finish the ride for him. You know, while he could lay in the back of the van and enjoy the ride. Well, he passed away in the back of the van. And when I don't catch fish, I think of that. I think of him, because he was smart enough to know that sometimes, you know, when you're out here fishing, it's not about fishing. Sometimes you just have to know when to enjoy life. Hello there. Guess where I'm at? I made it up. Well, I made it upriver. I didn't make anything up, like fabricate anything. This one is my float dogging setup. And this has got the shrimp on it. Right there. I got a soft bead right above it for flotation and a shrimp. Yeah. So, I'm going to make a few drifts here and then go down and maybe try to catch a springer. Water's running pretty low. It's below 5,000 cubic feet per second. There's one other boat down here, down below me, up here. I like it when the drift is this slow. Of course, when it drifts up around 10,000, it's pretty good too. As I was talking about earlier in one of... It's not a fish. Ow. Ow, things are sharp. Now I'm gonna head down around the corner and try something different. Let me show you what I'm gonna do to try to catch one of these springers if there's one in here. What I've got is about a 12 or 14 inch dropper. Basic line canning reel, okay. 12 or 14 inch dropper with a cannonball. Swivel so I can switch out weights depending on you know, the current and what it does to the presentation. And then on the business end of this, as soon as I get it untangled from my net, is just a standard salmon mooching leader. I tie these with a slip second hook. That way I can adjust it based on the size of the herring. Really simple to tie. I think I might have a video on that. Let me show you how I rig up this herring. A lot of people use a helmet, you know, a herring helmet, or they'll slice it at a 45 to get that spin, the perfect spin. Here's another way to do it. It worked great because you leave the head on. So what you do is you make sure that your herring, you see how the lip extends, the bottom lip extends into the top lip? Well, you want to pin them together, just like so, so the mouth stays closed. So basically you're pinning the mouth closed. Then swing it around and go in behind the eyeball, and then barely come out so you got the right angle. So then of course you want to make sure that your second hook is trailing behind the tail for those short strikes, something like that. And then just leave it hanging there, because as it's spinning, that hook will be drawn up against the herring. So that's how you get the herring to spin without using a herring helmet or cutting it. And it'll last a long time this way because you have the head on there. So then you just want to keep it, make sure that you check your bait and make sure that the mouth isn't popped open. I see a float up against the, up on the bank there. Is it worth going to get? Let's see what kind of float it is. Some floats are better than others. I'm a float snob. May as well go grab it. It's not the kind of float I use, but I collect them actually. What I do, run right up on top of it. Yep. Okay. Oh my God, look at the size of this float. Look at the size of this float. What people use, hey, who knows? Maybe that would have caught a fish on it. I collect these things. And corkies. I have jars of them. I mean big, giant jars. Tens of thousands of them that I've collected over the years. Okay, back to fishing. Woo, got a little close there. Woo-hoo-hoo. Let's get this one out first. This one has a lot of action and doesn't take a lot of flow, so I'm going to keep that over here on this side. I'm going to go out 40 feet. Keep that bad boy right like that. Okay, then the herring. Let me show you the action here. You can see how it spins, and of course it all depends on the current. There's not a lot of current right here, but let me show you. Let me get away from the bank here again. So you see that nice spin? Okay, what we're going to do, we're going to hold the boat in the current and then send this back to the bottom. Bounce it up and down so it's hitting the bottom, coming up and down. The last springer that I caught out of this hole was caught exactly the same way, the same method I'm using here with this herring. It's about 16 pounds, beautiful fish. It was during a rainstorm and a thunderstorm. And we're just gonna work our way through this hole like this. Look at that structure. Big old boulder down there. I have fished this entire slot here Not one fish. Back at it down here at Blue Creek. I've seen several fish caught. Had some conversations over here with the bank guys. Pretty cool. They recognize the channel, or probably recognize me in the boat. I have thrown everything at them. All kinds of different baits, combination of baits. As you can tell, I pulled plugs. I pulled I pulled a cocktail of eggs and sand shrimp and eggs and coon shrimp. This is going to be the last drift of the day. I've been down here for 3 hours. Seen a few fish caught from the bank guys, seen 2 in the boat, 2 from boats. I drifted eggs, sand shrimp, coon shrimp, beads, pulled plugs, diver, and a combo of different baits. Nothing for me. So this is going to be my last drift. This is my last little piece of egg that I had hanging on here, and I figure, well, you know, I can't waste that little freaking egg, so I'm giving her one last chance, and maybe the fish gods will bless me with a fish on this last drift. There's definitely more fish in the river now than there has been. That would be proper. Well, it'd be proper if I'd catch a dang fish, right? And as I mentioned before, you know, I feel bad about posting videos where I don't catch a fish, but you know, it is what it is. I know I've said this before, it's fishing, but it would also really be nice to catch a fish when I'm making these videos, as you can probably imagine. But I'll just keep giving it a try. I'll keep fishing. I'm not a quitter. I quit smoking. I quit drinking. I can't quit fishing. So even though there's a few things that I've been a quitter at, fishing's not one of them. So this drift is almost over. Thanks for watching another one of my no fish catching videos. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and subscribe. I guarantee I will catch a fish in the future. This you know, skunk streak can't go on forever, right? Feel free to hit the like button, give it the thumbs up, and I'll see you the next time, okay? Next time on the water. Peace, love, and tight lines.